Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Wednesday, and it's time for some more catch-up playthrough with, of course, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Maybe I'll figure out some way to come up with a fun little times for this game. But anyway, we are in the middle of the fourth case, in the middle of the trial. We have to prove a book flew out a window. Burnt book, by the way. So let's get back to the adventure of the Clodicocoro. Yeah, I got it right this time. Yay! Now we're just going to move on. We basically are at the start of right after the 2B continues, so we are going right into the next part of this trial. Hi. I consider the defense counsel's request for some reason the jury, and I've determined that the court may uphold the defense's right for this procedure. The counsel, wait, I. Oh, we're doing the second summary examination. Okay. All right. Judicial findings. The juror's contentment. The accused left behind evidence in the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim stopped, I may consider. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime in the woman's clothes, was it? Hold on. Jimmy, it was only a little book. Are the life robbing even with a direct hit? I just want to get this over with. Like, don't bring home tonight. I'll be in the tiny bed of oh. Alright, we have fired a while ago. Gives me a sneeze. Considerably more tangible arguments from the members of the jury this time around, it seems. There's one notable exception, of course. My learned student friend wasn't able to find faults in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, I think it's the 5th chandelier gone. No one else could have been no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime. Well, that was correct. The scene said the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way. That means a great journey. Okay. I'm going to say it to be in CSI. All right. Here we go. Usual, press for information first, then compare. All right. Huh. Oh! We're doing this here. Jury examination. Oh no, the witnesses are on the right side. Hold it! Nothing. Oh, this is gonna be a hell of an examination. Hmm. That's true. Turn hub. Yep. Wow.
Hold it!
I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational one. Okay. Yes, no. Red. That didn't help at all. Alright, even in the one. Oh crap!
Hold it!
Asthma at the press. I thought it was only to open. But, I mean, no way it could have been. Right? Sure. It's there, didn't they? That was no joke. Good. I connect the controller. It should be charging. It's not. Okay, I think it's charging now. Wow. You went straight for that one. Let me do check see if it's charging here. Yeah, it's charging good. What's the... Wow. Okay, yeah. Nothing on that end.
Hold it!
The little put some fire to it. Wow. That's a samurai bomb. Oh, that sure enough I dodged that. Huh. Nice dodge. He's still dodging. Wow.
Hold it!
difficulties I'm having. If I don't bring home, release with me tonight. I'm posting on Timmy Hamas tomorrow. Oh, wow! Championship of Marshall list. Sorry. Helpful. Oh wow. Hold it. What is that? Up to fire. Last winter, my grind killed. 75 candles on top. Wow, that's some cake. That really is this like double hold. And it was an angel kick too. Huh. That's in the one. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's see how this works. Okay. I feel like those two are kind of in there. I also feel like we need to press for more information. Hold it. Let's try pressing first. Okay. It's good to see him. Okay. Hold it. Right. God. Okay. Let's try this. So, dear me, it was only a little book, hard life, right? Never took even a visitor hit. Even though the woman was throwing books, it coveredly.
Objection!
No.
Hold it!
Okay, that was just a blind shot. That was a random shot, so.
Hold it!
Hmm. Great, that didn't help.
Hold it!
Let's keep pressing for these other ones. Okay. Hmm. Ah. Let me see.
Hold it!
That's. Wait,
Objection!
we've actually got one. Okay. What do you mean? Okay. Oh, we still have this. Alright. We got one more. Okay.
Oh my!
Angie!
Excuse me!
And we also found that! Timings! Hey, so I hope you're having a good day. That's a lot of tea. I think we found a change of statement too. Which also flips, which means you can use that as another way as well. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, physical. Okay. That just... Wow. Huh. That's interesting. Crazy. Hey! Oh yeah, right, sure. That did. What was it? And that was. Yeah. First off,
Hold it!
that is press because why not? The book, the lion's pride. Oh dear. Did you or did you not? Oh no, then he would have lost his place in the book. Ouch. Okay, that's but. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Oh, hello.
Excuse me.
We just got two. We went from literally a single problem to now having two memories returning. Oh, did he get knocked on the head with a book? Okay. Sure. Two weeks ago now. Like. Oh, he didn't get a lot, did he? Oh, that's fun. Yep. Boy. Oh. Oh, does she love the chicken on him? Or she launched the knife. That's worse. And the fact that it's stuck right next to him, that is a scary thing. And deep too. I second that one. The worst, just terror on the knife being flung to the wall. Wait, does that mean what I could possibly mean that then? Oh. Oh dear. She's a poor. It's not worse. It's not worse. I would like to know more about that. Okay. We just now. What if we press this one this time and see if we get any more information? So what kitchen knife would that have been? Oh wait, if I can win the knife. Those, and if it is the one I'm thinking of, those are really sharp and it's scary. Yeah, I can win the knife now. Also, oh no. Up, then a glass, then a pot, a kettle, a chair, or a cooker. What? Well, let's go back to that. A chair, yes, a wardrobe, I could maybe see a thing. A cooker and a bathtub, that's extreme. Think about having super ready to miss. Oh, he's not. I'm dying. Yeah. Oh, I think. Ow. Yeah. Is it? Oh. Okay. Then the window could have been. No, could have been opened by.
Objection!
Okay, was not the thing about a kitchen knife.
Hold it!
I wanted to... Oh. We're gonna delete this two right here.
Objection!
Oh, damn it, I jumped the gun.
Hold it!
This will give us a or 5 things, so I guess that works. I totally messed up though. I totally jumped. I really did jump the gun on that one.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Oh, I don't even... I was gonna say don't make me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I said no. Yeah, I may have jumped the gun that was. Oh, I have to do this all from the scratch. Yeah. Check the new statements. Oh, great.
Objection!
Wait, already?
Hold it!
Okay, how about we just load up the file? This is demo or I have the sequence ready. Okay. There were some now.
Objection!
Oh, it's those two. You doing? Oh, deep significant connection. Oh, okay. Number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such alternative explanation as to how the victim was. Oh, if she flung the knife, it went out the window! That would make a lot of sense, actually. Including the book, wow. At some distance. Okay. You little bean. Oh. Okay, you get knife. No. Yeah.
Take that!
You're number 4. Let's scare. I must apologize in advance for this. But I need to come up with something else. This knife. Have we seen this knife before? It's the knife! Oh. Attack. That was hurling any. Clip smoke. Oh. It's okay, I made that. Points versus why? So basically, we need to find more about the knife. Okay, how has she seen this knife? Oh. That's a yes. We may have found the origin of the knife. Huh. Oh, he's cheese too. This is coming blood. I don't think we. Wow, 4 million on our side. That's free? And that's 4. We tipped the skills back in our favor. Twice on this truck. Okay. I mean, you could have at least have a half 50-50. Wasn't there news that the defendant's on the right side and the prosecutor's on the left side? Oh, right, yeah. The difference between Japan and England is that certain positions are reversed or opposite. That's class number 6. good core. Pieces are fair enough. Oh, you already broke it! Is it a refund? Okay. You must all familiar yourself with the better of the relative position of. Oh, the distance. I think he's going the distance. Okay, which means the distance between Gareth's house and some. Yes, 15 yards. 15 yards. That's right, 14 meters. Oh. Portion of the significance. And it's clusters. Huh. That's in the exterior detectives. And yet the speckled bond assists. Oh. Wow, that's what she's got Raoul up for. Okay. And you're number 4, Mr. Oh. Cross. Ah. I just noticed the scarves just had together. Order! 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 There we go. It's unperceived, remember, you're to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Not the bottle! He said that the loving of the of the wine was unnecessary. There's already with Miss in the stand who said then both the brain book and the jank must have been before this couple of slides. And we must assume that they would have been going to testify accordingly. Yes, sir. And the little Roy for Riley Belite reporting for today, sir. He's up and oh, morning, officer. Sorry for those until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month on account of a felon who appeared on the beat, sir. Oh, they were so heroic, these London bobbies. I try to see my dear. I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh, Raleigh, my hero. You swoon. Very well. I hereby reject the defense request. Aww. Another witness. Oh. Stay forward with the... Yes, sir. We have a new testimony to work with, and that is Constable Beatrix report. Oh, we're getting the big music. The kiss has nothing to do with Mr. McGrath. Believe me, although the Bobby is as good as first word. See, sir, the one on the top floor of the garage hides are top hinged casements. Obviously, if anything happened from like the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go fetch help, but my trusty Riley was there making sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eyes off the crime scene for a moment, sir. I've been strained to the report on that front, sir. I think I may have gone a bit too far in that accent. Top hinged casement windows. The team was on the police report. Constable. Oh yes, sorry about that. I must have been a bit audacity. Can I excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable? Constable? No, sir! Sorry, but... Looks like they are our top hinged casement window. You? Can I excuse your ignorance of strike remarks, my learned friend? Boss, sorry. Oh, then! Alright. Get you right back to the window of Mr. Garrett's room. Right, I'll try. Oh, it's those windows. Okay. I've actually seen those windows as well. This one? Yeah. Okay. I never knew there were top hinged casement windows. Okay. Stay, middle bar, red. Yep. Absolutely correct. In other words, if a bigger knife had been thrown. Oh. You see the problem? Good. Actually, the windows are complete. There was never a possibility that either the book or the knife traveled 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pan had been shattered. Something we've discounted already. Maybe we're looking at this. The young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. Oh, Raleigh. How can this happen? We started the cross-examination yet. My argument's already been destroyed. Poor guy. And so, if you drag yourself upright again, the quarter is your cross-examination. My lord. Oh good. Another desperate situation. Okay.
Hold it!
He said for certain. Good question, Staff. The answer is this. It has the noble founding principle of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of sworn duty. This was before, didn't he? Did he? Can't say remember. The patrol the street to London town and uphold the peace of the common man. So it's what the job's all about. That's why I stand here today, beside my long-suffering wife, and tell you a Bobby's good first word. By rubbing my tired eyes up immediately. Sa. Oh wait, so much. Laura and Patrina. Patricia. Oh, Pat. Oh, Raleigh. Okay. Oh, none of this is what I meant. Right, how can you certain that the case has nothing to do with Mr. Scarab? Oh, I see, sir. Just as yours, sir. Yes, well, so could you answer the question? That was a waste of time then. Absolutely, sir. I'll enter to my fullest of my abilities, sir. Which is the reason why Mr. Scarab's domestic dispute can't be related to the case. Forget that, sir. Just one thing. Yes. I farmers like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you take back some tales of us London boppies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I'm planning on going back just yet. When you just arrived here. To this end, sir, I'll be happy to lend you my wooden card for your per usual. I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it if I shed a few tears. Thank you. I'll try. The warden car's been added to our court records. See, sir. But before I do, okay, let's see. Policing. Item 1, a policeman must try to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. And 2, a patrolling officer is expected to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for furtherance of the community relations. Item 2, any crime falls under jurisdiction of the police. Any crime falls under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. When it is discovered on its beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Not much.
Hold it!
Which mean they don't fully. Oh. Okay. I feel like we've got this all wrong, and the thing was on the window. Where is the placement of the crime is the opposite side. Okay. Alright. Oh, hello. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Well, delighted. Oh. Oh. Okay. Just looking at it and haven't really speak. Oh. Next one. Please turn that add that to the testimony. Oh, oh, yes, that's right. That's the reason why I was helping with interviewing the occupancy car, so I told you that. Perhaps I might beat to sir. Because it's closing. Clarify something. The Garab's household is on your beat. Does that mean that the pavement next to it as well? Garab's house? Yes, ma'am. Oh! It's making... A woman has been attacked on the other side of our road. We wouldn't have been... We'll go get... Wonder if you are... Oh, okay. Get back. Perhaps we should make sure that... I'll take it. Wait, hold on. His... For an officer. Okay. I think there's more to this than meets the eye.
Hold it!
My notes here. The sun has gone down already. It's dark. But I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. If I see a star, boom. The Relevant Inspector was said 3 times at least. Of course, but this in short, near a book nor knife across the sky before you. Disgrace, Shaw. As sure as a scare. The Starless, sir. Sorry for that yawn. Then we saw a porn. Okay.
Hold it!
Yes, you said that you went this box the pigeon or off. Right? Yes. Had been Raleigh's speech, I would have known exactly what was going on, of course. Don't feel bad, love. You can't expect to know the location of every place box in every beat. Raleigh told me, only I sort of got a little lost in the way. Pressured and down. That's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is speaking to me. Oh, Todd. Oh, Raleigh. Oh, God. Oh, please. Oh, I suppose I was going for about 15 minutes. Like I said, my Raleigh was in the scene and making sure nothing was disrupted. I was a shoot attempt, of course. The shoot Bobby's never really off their style. I can't take my cars.
Hold it!
Okay. Nothing to report. It's correct, sir. Hammer. Everything away for a sec. No one approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I swear on your honor, sir. Really? That seems a little strange. Beg your pardon, sir. See, seems altogether regular to me. The burnt copy land's plan was originally in the Garb's household. The question remains, how did it find its way in the hands of the victim? Can you shed light on that, seeing as you were at that scene of crime at the time? Aha! Could it be a different counter? One that just happened to be burned as well? Even though that was possible, why would the victim have been grasping a book like that in her hand? As seen from the photograph pimp, she had a bag over her shoulder. Well, sir, the book was in the lady's hand the moment we were at the scene. So, there's something about that statement that's not sitting right with me. Two Mr. had a knife ended up the rack and had a book ended up in her hand. There must be a common thread between them. Oh, she did it again. Oh? Yes, of course. What is it? You're Danius, aren't you? I can tell. What? I wasn't really, I mean, what's she doing? Please. Just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony unacceptable. That's not what we were thinking. You might just see me as the wife of the policeman, but I'm a woman by my word, I am. I don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you. No excuses, I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, let me speak, would you? Spirit, I'll allow you to swap your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path for the least resistance is the stage one. That was a very loud mutter. I heard that! A Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? But watch it, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Raleigh won't. You didn't know that, Miss Barrett. Please, I humbly ask you to continue. What she possibly had to say, I wonder. I know what I say. My eyes on it. My sense of direction is a little off, though.
Hold it!
Brad, no one's questioning what you told us. I saw it. I did. The evening saw clearly. The late Easter man with my whisker and the fun. Her backs. Zach, getting away from the scene. Well, I didn't. I know I didn't see as well. I didn't see a fleeing book and knife flying across the sky. All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction. Oh yes, well, that's a little embarrassing, really. I always end up in the wrong place when I'm made the arrangements to meet Raleigh. He's ever so cross. He gets ever so cross.
Excuse me.
Wow. Alright, Constable Barrett, is there a problem? Sorry, no, sir. No problem, sir. Your wife remarked just I bring something to mind, perhaps? Oh, well, in a way, sir, yes, sir. I was just remembering the same thing happened that evening as well. You mean Miss Red lost her way? On the night of the incident? Well, you see, I set her out to find the police box in the next beat over from mine. She was going for a fair bit longer than what I was suspecting. I thought she'd be back in 10 minutes. But my darling was gone for a good 15. Oh, Raleigh, you're such a tease. The reason I was gone so long is because of the procure, silly. Procure? What procure are you talking about? Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Oh, it's so romantic. Oh, Paquette. He said up for farthing and pennies he found in the gutter while he was in his roots. Yes, how romantic. I forgot all about it until now. Had you, my dear? Ah! Yes. But that was just between us. No talking about anyone else, Dolly. You have the probies. Oh. all about. It looked very obviously troubled during that exchange. Very kind of unusual insight, Mr. Hardo. I'm quite sure one thing. We have to ask Miss Brad about that bouquet. Brett, the bouquet you just mentioned. I'd like you to add that detail to your testimony, please. Really? Yes, I'd love to. He's being very quiet. I dropped a bouquet and noticed I lost away for a while.
Hold it!
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime? That's right. I was so upset. Around saw a woman with a knife in her back. I was so shocked. I dropped my bouquet. You only give me. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light. I didn't notice it at first. Well then, we went to a police box to report it to the police. Sorry, whose beat was on? It was on. Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constants you see. Let's see what you say. That's when I spelled my bouquet again. The only thing is, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all. In case you remember, Miss Red, the victim was not deceased. I was all flustered for moments before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road. Husband, presumably. That's right, silly me. I gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how I got there, I really can't. I guess my move was ever to the opposite? Curious indeed. Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick up my bouquet up again when we left the scene. The beautiful Rose Rolligan called me. But that change from the gutter he spent too long collecting. By bouquet, you perhaps mean this solitary rose? Ah! Yes, that's that's the bouquet you ordered over our anniversary. With a open cheesy found in the gutter. Maybe just got a rose. Hello, Sortan Zeke. Where did you come by this flower? According to the report by a police officer in charge of the crime scene investigating, it was found in the edge of the pavement in front of Garrick's household. Oh! The household? Of the Garrick's house? Although it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay with a street lamp casting of light. It was believed to be no relevant case, since it was found on the opposite side of the fall bar. Alright. Thank you. May I have it back now, please? It's not evidence. No, I think we're going to measure the rose should be added to the court records as evidence. Oh. Anniversary bouquet. But it's a symbol of our love. And the key. And serves as the key. I want it back out of the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back. Brief! Rest! Rest assured that I will do my very best not to forget, Mrs. Britt. Very slash paper rock, isn't it? Just no. Oh, I suppose it's because I'm really seeing English print. Wrong to me. Ah, I see. Something wrong? No. I'm just thinking that if you wrap up a stone, you can bake sweet potato in English newspaper. Might look sort of like a fancy cake. That's just an you love your cakes. Hmm? English rose. Okay. Oh, it's free. This plum blossom, peach blossom, and chart. Gonna get that rose hard. Yeah. How'd you got that one that's behind the paper? Okay.
Hold it!
Nothing to report. Hmm. Okay. Hmm? Ah, it could be the. Oh, we're back to the same stuff. Well, what do you make of all this? Yes, the whole idea of the invisible attacker has been troubling me all along. Aha! Here we go. Well then, let's go present the rose. Okay.
Objection!
Damn it, that was the wrong idea. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Was yeah, I'm from the window. I've seen it. I did easily go fetch help, but my trusty relic.
Objection!
Oh damn it! We're just gonna load it up. Because that will because then we'll have to redo this all. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's try this.
Objection!
Oh. Okay, why? What? I'm clear something missing here.
Objection!
Oh, there it was. I'm gonna reload just so we have that extra shot. Okay.
Objection!
You claim, Constable Barrett, that there was nothing to report in the 15 minutes or so regarding the scene. But that cannot be! What? What do you mean? Is that? In terms of the name, Mr. Rat, you explained to the court that you're right. Back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to that beat. The bouquet you had dropped, victim's side was no longer and were nearby.
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road to where the victim was attacked. Like extended sizes marked boutique if a single sorry blue can be so described. No doubt it was blown moving across the street back to the gutter where it belonged. Margaret!
Objection!
But if that was the case, why would Constable Barrett not testify to that fact? No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. Constable Barrett swore to that on Scotland Yard's honour. The bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with the case. It has everything to do with the case. That's why Raleigh didn't mention it, I'm sure. No, because sadly, it's not your bouquet we're talking about there. One thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Think about it. To miss it. Okay, there's Mr. Garrett's book. Mr. Garrett's copy of the Lad's Pride, which is thrown out the window by his wife, would have struck the window would landed here on the west side of the street, and yet it's actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to this movie we heard, Mr. Brett's bouquet should be dropped here at the scene of the crime, on the east side of the street. In fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's house. There's no logical explanation for those things. There's no logical explanation. Unless somebody deliberately moved them. What are you trying to say? We're talking, sounds like you think my Raleigh had done something wrong. Would you listen to the word? I don't know where it's at. We don't know about books and bouquets. Why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is. Oh good. Mr. Garrett's come around. You might call it nitpicking, Mr. Grab. But deliberately meddling with the scene of the crime is a criminal offense. It's called, tampering. Mr. Naruto. If the person responsible for the tampering crime admits to it, for a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering? You've already heard that term before. Now, tell me, man, you learned Fred. Who could have possibly who would possibly have the cause to carry out such an elaborate deception? Yes, there is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All that evidence has been points to one particular person. Oh. And so, I demand you sustain this contract. Who do you say is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime?
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person who could have been. Cousin Roy, well, I bet it was you! What? A policeman? A member of Scotland Yard? Why would I really do something like that? There's no one stricter than my husband. No Bobby works more tirelessly than the people of London. Miss Brett, said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to the nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it. Hang up. No, it's lies. What about the Japanese man in his whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
Objection.
If that was true, Constance Murray would have been doing it. Yes, would have seen him do it. Oh. I'm forgiving for pointing out, but when you dropped your became threat, it was after the defendant played the scene.
Objection!
You make accusations about the landlord and his wife, and now you're incriminating the policeman as well. But your accusations like one very important thing. Evidence! You claim the crime scene was tampered with. But there's only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime: to hide something. Right, he's right. But my husband, I just had to be there, that's all. Why would anyone have... No, I don't know what's with me. So why would anyone have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense. You offer no motive for this alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats. This is a very good crime. It's key to this entire affair. Saharu, you managed to solve this mystery? And so? In a very serious accusation against a London police officer. You're mistaken. I'm sure I need not point out that your reputation as lawyers will be irreversibly damaged. With a stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering. Yes, my lord. Okay. Kazuma's motive for tampering was to hide. Yeah, where the bouquet? Where the bouquet fell? Where the bouquet fell to the ground. That was what he had to cover up at all costs. And why is that going? Oh, well, of course. The reason is, you have something to hide, my learned friend? Or it seems you're unwilling to share the reason with the court. Maybe perhaps. There's... Ah! And that was... Even trying to hide his displeasure. Where the book fell? Book fell to the ground. So we have to cover up all the costs. And why exactly? Of course, the reason is, you have something to hide, my learned friend, or it's sure the reason with the court. Okay, that's... No, we'll keep at least the two. Oh, right, yeah, it would make more sense then. Word effective. Because that would be in his... All three were possible too. That's what the... What? Word effective belt? You mean worship was attacked? What are you talking about? We told you at the fire start, didn't we? On the payment bar rule. We still have them, remember? Right, it's right here. As if anyone didn't know already. That's certainly what everyone has been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the effect must stop at all. What? What? I'm beginning to wonder where this term run through us travel and the council. If that is your certain, then the court is dying to know where. Dying to know, my Nippon friend. Where are you proposing the crime actually took place in the evening?
Take that!
On the opposite side. What? That's the opposite side of the road. Understand? On the evening in question, the cigarette books fell directly down in the open window above, and the bouquet of cigarette never moved at all. Why? What did move was the scene of the crime itself! Good gracious!
Objection!
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place. That's right, I saw it with my own eyes. It was 5 o'clock in the evening and it's already dark. There was a typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid, that's when that was actually on the west side of Briar Road. That's not true. It can't have been. Constable Brad then arranged you to be absent for a while, then by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in his print, the victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Fire Road. Extraordinary. But the constable overlooked one thing. What? What did he overlook? The bouquet, I presume. Exactly. The prosecutor told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Fonseca said it wasn't noticed until the morning as it led to the street lamp cast no light. Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously. Which is why it was only the bouquet that it was found in its original position, on the pavement on the west side of Briar Road. And that is the defendant's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond? Constable Roy Beat? Holly Beat? Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. I missed anything important? Oh, Raleigh. Isn't true, is it? What the lawyer says all lies, is it? It was. You're the most upstanding righteous man I know. I had a dream. A terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything came out. Everything exposed. Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all. But good golly! Order! 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 What on earth is the meaning of this? It's the meaning of all this. Alright, why did you do something like this? Criminal court says it's a criminal offense, isn't it? Wishing the victim dead should be one too. Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London town. I can't say. What? I really am ever so sorry about all this. We're damaging the Yard's reputation for everything. I have a possible explanation for why, on the particular evening, Constable Barrett felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason. What? How could you possibly know? You're a foreigner, presuming to understand the minds of a Scotland Yard policeman? And yet, Lord Van Seek, is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far? I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear the extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel of defense, if you please. Yes, my lord. Now then, I think you better show us some evidence. At once, my lord. England, Japan, makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. You have a further evaded behind the man's actions. Okay, so anyway. I think it's the book. Okay.
Take that!
I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land. I've only arrived from Japan, which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I learned that, though honorable, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example. Keeping the peace, looking after the civilians on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly. But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special. Special? Hi. On the account of this bouquet, my lord. Well, yes, it was our very first wedding anniversary. Constable Beat has worked so hard to be able to afford a simple gift for his wife. I was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. When he and Mrs. Britt stumbled upon the crime scene along by a road. When he saw the shadowy figure fall collapse on the pavement ahead of them, what must have gone through that man's mind? What's that? Just in that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. These are pretty love of marrying and Bobby, like me. I'm going to show my dear wife how much I cared. I price card that up. This is the warden card that Constable offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime scene is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigation and help detectives. Constable Britt. Is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day? Yes. Everything you said, it's alright. So that's it. It's all to do with the boundaries of your beat. Oh. Exactly. Summarize. The incident actually occurred on Constable Brett's beat. Gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you've done? It was the first time since I became a copper that I ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal will be lurking somewhere. As I ran over to the scene, I had every intention to do my duty as a police officer. Gotta report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was at, and what that meant for me. When the crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigation and help detectives. Why here? Why did this happen here? And why today of all nights? Why? It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Patch he had to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. And it was then when I opened my mouth to speak. Just mouth. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the weakness of the mines pan. So you have to go to the police box to cover it. Turn right to Mercer near Scum Street, and then I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Constable. Just wanted just that one night to take my Patrina out for dinner. Oh, Raleigh. Just that one night. You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening celebration would be ruined. So you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street, to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighbouring buyer's Pete's car. See, I thought, well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see. Beg pardon? Of course he did. Otherwise, my Raleigh would never have left the poor woman facing cold pavement. Ah, I see you mean now. God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why. That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat. No, Raleigh, that was all my fault. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Raleigh. And can you tell us, Constable? How many books did you move from one side of the road to the other side in total? To the other in total? Oh, 4 was... Yes, definitely. 4. Freedom or shop had misunderstood me. 4th? Belonged to the one that fell in the window upstairs and Mr. Grab's household, of course. But what about you place the book in the victim's hand? And all the other books are haphazardly around me. Oh, well, sir. Because that's how I found it. How you found it? What do you mean? When you first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. Sure, it was this book, The Lad's Pride, that the victim was holding? Oh yes, no doubt about it, sir. Interesting. 4th book. I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. Okay. Oh, okay. There was only 2 people at the scene. And Pat and I saw it happen. However which way you look at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off and done it, I thought. We didn't see the harm. We didn't think it all over the road and make a jot of difference. I suppose it's it for me now. Had it. I've had it. My lord. Yes, Lord Fanseek. I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witness. Constable, you may withdraw. Yes, sir. Mr. Prosecutor, sir? What will become of my Raleigh? What will happen to him? For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course. Please don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. But because I always home late. Leave it now, Pot. Let's go home. I'm tired. Alright then, love. One last thing, Constable. Sir? Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters. However insignificant it may seem to you. Yes, part that lesson in mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of the crime. Ah? Never again, sir? You mean to say? Leave now. The trial's not over yet. Not yet. Oh, sir! Well, quite a startling revelations, I must say. If you ever follow a third party planting the entire crime scene the crime like that? Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there is some fact here. Precisely, that they accuse Mr. Nazumi is the only person who committed the crime.
Objection.
No, I disagree. Now we know the true scene of the incident. There's something else. No. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is possibly well aware of this possibility already. But Fanseek, is it true? Very well. Name the person, if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. We'll name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime.
Take that!
We're back to square one here. The defendant would once again like to request a cross-examination of a new witness, my lord. Again? My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth of this case? The imperative is that I screw that word. That we cross-examine juror number 4, Mr. John Garab. Grab it. Oh dear.
Objection!
The request has already been denied.
Objection!
But the situation is different, very different now. Mr. Garab, answer me this. You and I, you little toad. At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. Garab. And in the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear smoke in the window, your husband opened the window that looked out over Byre Road. But what of it? You threw this book at your husband? Was he when he was cornered with his back against the window? Upon striking the pan of the open top hinge casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, as I said, what of it? You're in an argument? Were you beside yourself with rage? As such, you threw not just a book, but anything you could lay your hands on? So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garrett. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? Ah! I don't recall it. Seriously? Am I supposed to remember everything I pick up and throw for my husband? Anyway, the man over there in that bragal, he said members of the jury didn't testify, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No, I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4. Oh, make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You're not immune to judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madame, let the truth come out. But that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. You've seen several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect him to know? What's that? Are you joking? What are you saying? Please, Mrs. Scarp. Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I injured someone. Did you hear? I couldn't bear. Oh, the poor woman. Oh, the poor woman. You know, man. Yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence you're going to insist this on being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me I threw that knife, if that's what you think. Come on, chop chop. Do your best. Great. Now I gotta prove a knife going out the window. Can I examine this knife? All I can do is just open the knife and... Wait! I just noticed the tip of the blade's cut. Okay. Well, Zardo, I have evidence like that. Believe me, I would have thrown it out already. And take the stand, juror. Oh? Prosecution does not object to defense request to cross-examine this woman. Thank you, Lord Van Seek. I'm going to have to testify. Juror number 4, as I'm sure you will appreciate, having observed it with your own eyes today, witness testimony will lead to the most extraordinary truth being unearthed. The truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware. Oh dear me. So the manager full and unadulterated testimony, Mr. Grab. And mark my words, in this court of law day, we shall extract the truth! Do you concur, consuls? Certainly, my lord. Oh, that's what I was looking for, my lord. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Witness, state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is June Garab. And I'm, well, I'm a juror and such like. Sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify Mallerson's case. You understand, madame? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Oh dear me. Shut up, Johnny. Nothing to worry about now. Holy sh! When did he get here? Oh, I didn't know you were here, John. Now where did I? Wasn't only you in the room that day, old thing, was it? Rather think I'll testify as well, don't you? What would you need here? Don't you worry about that. Hardly noticed it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary elections alone. John. I'm assuming you're Mr. John Gerald. Grabbed it. Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd regime with the 4th Numberland Facilitators. Is that? I don't know what that second last word is. Sorry. In my fair share of actions, and now living a quiet life as it were. Quiet life? Will you not engage in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day of question? Well, yes. Quite. I believe this may represent a first in the prior history of the British court. Calling a jury to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will print clearly and consistently the offence of your home at the time of the incident in question. Sir, at once! You don't have your pipe back. Oh, you got your pipe back. Bottle of Garrett. Yes, on the day you're referring to. The wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked over a candlestick over and set a fire on the carpet. Soon had it out though, and got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw them. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I noticed one or two went missing, I'm afraid. If that ball the thing was in the victim's spec really was one of ours, you have a job proof it, I think. Great. Great! It sounds as though it was quite a bath in our household that evening. Books, knives, and a fire. That is not a typical Tuesday night. Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. Henry caught us in the hop, sir. Had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had been shelling us for another minute, we would have been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield, you just a guns whiskers from death at any moment. Are we still talking about the marital quarrel here? Well, I must say, I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origin of this jackknife. In combat, one's focus narrows such that certain things are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. Zeke may be right. Well, whatever the chances, only have this last cross-examining to uncover the truth, Mr. Harlow. Yes, I'm afraid so. Very well, counsel. Begin your cross-examination. Awful. So, usual spiel here. Let's press for information before we move forward. Oh.
Hold it!
That's the reason you've been told us, I believe. This is right. If I remember correctly, it all started because a note was tucked in. Perhaps something bad. Concerning Nook discovering her husband's little secret. And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it too. What a sorry state of affairs. Hell on earth. I say, when a chap says he can't recall such things, it's common decency to not drag it all back up. Drag it all up. And besides, Haverwood, it was wide of the mark anyway. A likely story. These waters run very deep. What transpires next? And what transpires next? After these multiple blows to the face? Like that.
Hold it!
And the fire also spreads to some items and furniture, didn't it? The bookcase, my armchair, and anything of mine, really. That just so happens that just so happens there was some bath water around that evening, so I slipped. That about to put it right. A most precarious situation you put yourself in. Ours is a 3-story house on the west side of the street, where the water mains isn't connected yet. Have to draw water from the public water pump during the day, if you need any, you see. The lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, a little mustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe. The defendant business to me, you mean? Yes. He received a strap-in for studies, you know. Strap-in for studies. No. From his home country. So, can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He obviously start well off. Have you actually seen the state of the man? I believe he used all his income to buy books. All his income. Well, anyway, the point is, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire. As far as I'm concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. That is most certainly not true of the Susanoo TikTok, Mr. Naruto. How did she know I was thinking that? So, cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items you threw at your husband that day? You know, honestly, I don't recall. But I must point out, that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some breads, cabbage, garlic, a towel, and
By Jupiter!
a sponge, a napkin? Excuse me? Do you have something to add, sir? He spun his pipe! There's a grab! Grabbed it. Arr! Don't shoot! Ah, sorry. I beg your pardon. Did your right remark just now bring something to mind? Not you know of any significance? No. Just at the barrage of projectiles the opening launched in my direction. Well, something more solid than she implied. Books, bricks, a fire poker. I seem to recall. Ouch. And the one... First off, that one in the pipe. That's weird. And the woman's aim is uncanny. She even let the direct hit Everybody, earn! Great phone. We're not at home night. This is a court of law. Oh, dear me. I'm so sorry, dear. What's she even doing with the teapot here? Honestly, John, I've never thrown such things to you, obviously. Well, take a look at this then. How do you suppose this happened? Your pipe, sir? I had to swing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean with one of our sub projectiles, she did. Yes. When I picked the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. It would have been pretty hard. No, I don't think a sponge would. I see. Your pipe was broken. It would have never been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I might spawn this thing up for now. You're one of the assassinate, aren't you, dear? I wonder if you could make this. Okay. It could be important. The defense police's garage remark just now. I think could be a great significance.
Objection.
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes, as well as hearts, may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worth adding to the formal testimony. Indeed, common sense, one might say. Right one. In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir? Well, I don't see why not. Oh dear, there you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself of young lady. Very well. The court will set the gentleman's pipe as evidence. Well then, Spec and term is not hard up. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you. Oh? There's the problem. Okay. There's a small nick in the bowl here. Look, it appears to be made relative. Just got that all over. Very well off pipe. Yes, you're right. It seems to me recently that being well off goes hand in hand with getting some ballast. It's trying to catch my eye though. Something, it's because it's clearly new. Oh! Let's say the chamber, the pipe. So, you're stuck in there, I think. Let's turn it over and give it a shoot. What's this? It's a tiny fragment of metal. It's the bit of the knife that was in the. It's the blade or something. Not the blade. Surely it couldn't be. Okay, this is a tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber. From Mr. Gar's pipe. Looks like a tip of a blade or something. A blade. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruto? I don't really know. There's something that's been nagging at me. I might tell put my finger about what it is. Perhaps in that case, if I see some of the other pieces of evidence again. Oh, look here, Miss Naruto. Just to the tip. A small piece of blade appears to be missing. Wait, part of it's missing? I could be wrong, but I got a feeling. Remember this? Ah, that's a tiny fragment of metal we find inside the scarce pipe. Yes. Just maybe. My, it's a perfect fit! Somehow, I just knew it. Who would have thought a tiny piece of Hercules the tip of the knife? It's sure knife, isn't it? Fills me with a sense of awe. It's surely proof that miracles really can happen. Yes. More miraculous proof that I couldn't ask for. Alright. Okay. It's the same thing, isn't it? But it's fine. It's just that we have some new evidence to work with. Examine carefully. Well, thank you for that. Rebuttal, Mr. Grad. I can return to the crux of the matter. Could you... Okay.
Hold it!
Alright. When you credit elaborate. Let's say, really? Water particles spot. Fishing tackles, you know, sort of things. Spot me both, sure. I like the carved wood and trinkets too. And then there's my letter work. They're being rather partial to the spot carving. You see pipes and whatnot, fishing tack. Okay. Sorry to say that we are always losing nice out of this. We have a dozen of those things. Some of the market, sometimes 20 for a price for the price of 19. You say I snapped them up. John prefers to use 2 knives a meal at meal times too, instead of a knife and fork. I John. You don't. Yarr. No, John, we don't want people thinking that I'm just some kind of Arf! Here we go, game of the scalding. Why are they being so offensive? I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. They can't bear the thought that it might be one of their knives that injured the victim. Which is entirely understandable, of course, but still. Go on with your testimony, witness. Sir! Ball. That's it. If the ball thing was in the victim's back root from the large yet without proving it. You have no intention of admitting that it was your knife, unless we can produce proof. Even though there's no other credible possibility if Mr. Sammy is innocent.
Objection!
Forget, mind the punny's friend. That it has yet to be established that the accused is not responsible for the attack. As if I could forget. There's some way. If there's only some way to know that the knife was I suppose wizardry like that is to dream. Perhaps you think you're thinking of fingerprints, Mr. Naruto. What? You mean it's not a dream? That's sort of what she really does assist? Whenever people touch anything, they leave behind a unique pattern on their skin, or so they say. But I can't really see anything. There are already countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints are used as evidence. The Lord Strongheart is currently discussing the matter at the Ministry of Justice. Yes, I believe that we're rapidly approaching the era of scientific method of investigation. Now, we shall have to find an alternative method of proving our assertion. That knife is found in the victim's back. It's originally in Mr. Mercigar's house. Only I could tell. That's what the whole into several years in the future. That's the essence of the testimony, is it? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I think we've heard those before, to be honest. I can't say I'm particularly confident that we'd be able to prove anything new with this testimony. But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential that we establish how this knife came to be at the scene incident. Yes, I know. I'm sure both of them must be feeling very worried. Worried that in fact the knife belonged to one of them that caused the victim's injury. If you could find a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory, it would cinch this trial for us. It would explain everything. Yes, it would. For Saki's sake, we must. We must find the last crucial piece of evidence. Okay. Well, I think it's either the pipe or... Nope. I can knock the comics like overside the fabric carpets. And... Oh yeah, right. Here we go.
Objection.
No. I was going to do a slam. Like a slam, but no. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Now let's take a look at this. You can ask, but I can't see the ball thing. Gone? You used to call me Dead-Eye Dad back in the regiment, of course. But that was some time ago now. Even when I try to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days, I struggle to tell B from a D and a P to a Q. To be honest. Oh, he does. Dear me. It's rather worrying me. Or being asked about every other letter and every other word. You must be very dusty. What is this? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly for the tip of the blade. And what may appear to be at first just be a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. Interesting. And words of defense come by this evidence. It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Grab's pipe. Grab this pipe. My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there. What precisely does this fragment metal slipping by counsel? Are you suggesting that it's some way related to the matter of this being on Barrow Road? I am. What? I put together another piece of evidence already in the court record. I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the true truth of the case, my lord. She's on a crit! You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, counsel. Very well then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case?
Take that!
The knife! It is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you see that there's a small piece of the tip of the blade that is missing. A common issue with an inferior blade sold in unsavory street markets. Criminals use them regularly to leave tips lodged in the victim's bones. What of this particular knife? No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate. knife lodged somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular blade is a fire fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Grab's pipe. Mark, that's a new one. With great rough and six. I don't believe it. The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match. Good golly gosh! Oh, you said that you got burn stains to the back. Order! Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery? This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. A miracle? So fun. It's fair out too, hasn't it? And so, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once. Yes, my lord. The crucial point we've asked ourselves here is when did this fragment find its way inside Mr. Grass' pipe? Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony. Behind used by the time of the onslaught. Dr. Cleaner, one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. They would have never been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, dearie me. During the argument between the two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mr. Garrick flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife, when missed Mr. Garrick instead of striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off. Cross. Good lord! Yes, and that's when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Grab's pipe. But the chances of it are 1,000,000 to 1. And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after releasing the tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garab's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Gosh, oh dear. Oh. No!
Objection!
That's the sixth. I think that's the sixth glass. A full body testimony. Oh, sorry, full body theory. I'll give you that. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, possibly arranged to create an almost possible vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristical Nipponese approach to following his argument. Sorry? But after all, it's just a theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see, it's spoiled by the insurmountable inconsistency. Insurmountable. What? What, Van Seek? Explain yourself. What is this inconsistency you claim to identify? An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. Victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back. Yes, in her... Ah! That's right, you silly little man. Now do you know things? What are you gonna say about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back, falling to the ground. And the knife that struck her had fallen from above. And it's gone. There's no possible way it could have implanted itself on the victim's back. Ugh. Order! Quite right to see. That's not right. If the knife had fallen from a blow, it would have struck her on the top of her head. Well, lost for words. Look, I knew it. I never left here in the first place. I don't know though. What really did happen? What if the book fell first? She picked it up and then the knife. It appeared to defend. This made a rather spectacular blunder. If a fairy has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Your fairy, my learned friend, is history. We were so close! I could see the truth. I'm sure we were right on the right track. But neither way has been blocked completely. Just by one simple inconsistency. Or, in other words, we simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency and the fairy will stand. So no. You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. Your mind went just blank. But if the path of your own is incorrect, then the way will present itself. The key is in this court's records, I'm sure. All the information is needed there. Ah. Maybe. Seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponish friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. Attack the set. Acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
This inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Yes! The knife fell on the victim from above. There's no way I could have hit her in the middle. The back. Under normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? Until? There's a piece of evidence in the court records that can explain this inconsistency. I'm saving. We'll go a little further. That can explain how the knife fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. You already have the answer. Goodness. Utter madness! Surely that doesn't mean the last time. Until, present the evidence, would you speak? There's only really two options here. It's the last inconsistency. Final piece of the puzzle. I can successfully make sense of this. The truth will lie bare at last.
Take that!
Oh, it was this. The fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence defense will present. The bird book? Is that not Mr. Garrett's book? Yes, and to understand this significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene of the crime in the first place. This photo clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand. But as we all know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that. Quite so. As far as wholesale transplanting of this crime scene to the opposite side of the road. That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable B made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? Oh, well, Sha, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. In other words, the victim had already picked up a book of her own volition. And clearly, that must have been before she suffered the knife wound. Well, I should say so. Other than attacked by the knife, I don't imagine she would do much of anything. So the question becomes, why did the victim have the book in her hand? By Django! I think I'm going to see what may have happened now. How dare you me? The book fell first, and then the victim picked it up, only to be received a knife in the back. You knew that the book fell from the top floor of Garrick's household onto the pavement below, at precisely the moment the victim was walking past. Yes, at that exact moment, the young woman was walking along the streets in a light fog, and all of a sudden, the book fell right in front of her. Look, I threw! Yes, Mr. Grapp, and what do you think the woman did? What would you, if you were walking along, suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement? Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down and picked the book up. Yes, that's exactly what the woman. In fact, sorry, that's exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book. Oh heavens! And when the woman reached down to pick up the fallen book up, what possibly were her back bin in? That's right, facing the sky, completely, utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book, the next object fell from the room below, the jack knife, straight in the middle of her back. And at the same time, walking by chance, it's directly behind Mrs. Green. What's the defendant? Mrs. Suzuki Nasumi. Well, I never. It appears, Mr. Nasumi, that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark, in the fog, he didn't see the knife falling. Sorry, the knife falling from her from above. Ah. And from the other direction, Constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker. So there was never a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place. No, this is nothing more than a series of unlikely events that accumulated in an unfortunate accident. And that's the real truth behind this case. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett. Very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wonder if perhaps it might have been something like that. There, Obi. Poor Mrs. Garrett. Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it's all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. John, dear. It's alright. I know. I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry! That's incredible. Holy sh... Oh. Right. Lord Fanseek, what news of Mr. Garrett? He's been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today Fence has left her in an extremely flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There's no cause for concern. Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions. There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just heard word from the hospital that where the victim's being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctors believe she will regain conscience soon. It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we never met her once. Once met her. Wonderful. This woman's out of danger, it seems. Yes, that's good news. That is good news. So, Mr. Suzuki Nasumi? Yes. On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with imaginable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apology. No, it is me who should be begging your pardons. Oh no, Mr. Sumi. That evening, when a young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusions again in my confusion. What conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead. Yes, Constable Bates said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too. I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now. I still can't get used to the life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they're hunting me. Poor Suzuki-san. It's much as you really got the better of him. Yes, poor man. So when it happened, I thought the young woman may have been taken by the fog spirits. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Instead, I managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I'm truly sorry. Mr. Krabs in his jury now. One could indeed said that some sort of mischievous spirits have been at work here, I think. One that creates a chain of unfortunate mishaps. You're befooled by the spirit and led to the false conclusions. But thanks to Lords Fonseek and their young lawyer here from the east, that chain has now been broken and the spirit exorcised. I wholeheartedly commend you both. Oh! Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In conclusion of this trial, I must ask you one last time for your decision regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court? As a foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion. I do declare the truth can be extremely cruel at times. Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Sitting for the old beam instead of action, you know, but I know what her decision would be. Does this mean I finally get out here and start work? Well, it's about time. I say, I have a story to tell my grandkids when I get home, won't I? Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decision. Mr. Foreman?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Very well. Mr. Suzuki Nasumi, I hereby pronounce you not guilty! Yay! Confetti! We got confetti! And more fireworks! Who keeps setting them off in this courtroom? And finally, Mr. Nasumi. Oh, yes, Lord Sir? You are now a free man once more, and I hope you will continue to further your education in British culture, and may you never again be brought before me. Oh yes, sir, of course. On my life, I swear I'll never set foot in this courtroom again. I'm Transporter 2 Tears! Thank you, consuls. Court is adjourned. The 20th of February, 3:17 p.m. Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Oh! Placeholder. Wait, you mean me? Of course! Is another placeholder here? Is there even one? Compared to the original placeholder that Mr. Naharu equates, your name's become rather short, hasn't it? What's wrong with using my actual name? Oh, at last! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilous, jubilation! Hearty, happiness, hurrah! Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Zumi is delighted. Would it be so hard just to say that then? Placeholder, you did it! You saved me from the blink! Well, that happened. What happened to the pogrom was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone conceded now. No, not that! Lovely, loyal, placeholder, lawyer! Locum. Oh, okay, I'll use Locum. I'll actually use the actual name of the show. Yes. I mean, as I said before, I have never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulders, I see foreigners. I see towering brick buildings. And from high windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback. Oh dear. I'm sure it's on your head, Mr. Sumi. But today, you Locum lawyer, give my claim the boot. You stood far behind the bench before all those barbering British and battled them to the bitter end, laying bare the baffled truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the valley roof, I bellowed, "Behold, the best barrister of ever born!" Well, that's very flattering, and then we're very pleased for you. This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan. And another note. Is that what to become of all my hard work? There you are, my dear fellows. Hello! Sorry, I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you. I see, I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster's been averted, I'm glad to say. Oh. The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Harlow. I wish you the very best of luck. It just finished. What? No! Then my haste was in vain? Arrgh! It's you! Sherlock Holmes! Oh, have we met, sir? This is Mr. Nasumi, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes. I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounter had taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodging or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. This is all your fault, Sherlock Holmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I assure you, I have fleeced you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently, I felt perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh! But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human after all, and it would have been and shaken by such an experience. I do feel fired, but about how I behave. Oh, never mind. Oh, then. What was it you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless! Oh, I am sorry, really, but... that was quite priceless! Poor Suzuki-san. Still, on the bright side, you had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And, it would seem, you were not even found guilty. But there is no bright side. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Asumi? Even after all this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and by now the Reaper, and now by the Reaper. Ah, Lord Van Seek. I haven't forgot, you know. My fist not court. That man court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed. It'll be all right, Mr. Asumi. The Reaper appears trying to make trouble. I will protect you. Hey, Melon! Why me? But for perfectly executed Susanoo takedown. Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of a warning might be next time, Mr. Susanoo. So, Mr. Asumi, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experience to your friends back in Japan. Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon. Oh! It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops, and I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here, and the city it has shaped. I've come to realize that my calling is to sail home to tell my fellow countrymen about it. That's very touching, Mr. Asumi. Or, and perhaps in less veiled terms, wish to withdraw halfway from the world to escape the terrors of the Reaper's cuss. That's not enough! The more I learn literature, the more the strange feeling close up my inside. Feeling close my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Suzuki-san. It'd be an interesting read. And what about yourself, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry, what about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your compatriot? Why would we? A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. Only now does it feel like we finally found our feet. And you are accommodated at a hotel at present, are you not? That's right. But we need to find lodging before bankruptcy. I calculate that we can only afford 10 nights before our daily budget is exhausted. Well then, you can take my lodging. Oh, the windowless room? Ah, but what it lacks in the window? The board makes up for a floor, a ceiling, and walls. Great. And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirits. Oh my, an evil spirit? Oh yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an unfightable wake-up call. Well, think about it, if that's alright. Perhaps I can offer a more welcoming alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me? Really? Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself. So it's up in the attic, I might add. Are you real sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this Friday morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once! I presume you have no legend to speak of? Oh, it's simply wonderful. What an honor to invited to take lodgings in the Great Detective's offices. Alec! I'm too overcome for words. So suggesting look at elsewhere aside then. Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcoming dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Timmy. I insist. I don't really know what to say, but thank you, and yes. Wonderful. Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Timmy. It shan't take long. Somebody stop, eh? Look, I knew you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Timmy. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I come to realize that I belong in Japan. But look, we will meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then, I will be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author. Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I've literally thought Mr. Timmy will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, Mr. Suzuki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home. 221B Baker Street. Monday of February, 4:41 p.m. Attic room. So this will be our new office, yes. Our office? I really like the sound of that. Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it? I hope you can see this, Kasuma. It's only a small step. But I like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Holy sh! Oh, Mr. Sholmes, yes! Thank you so much. He looks so different without that, with his thing. So that was Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore him. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you. I hope everyone's Sunday is nearing time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Nasumi arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then, Susie, keep me in charge of Sot. And please don't bring that gun. Splendid. So, Mr. Naruhodo, how's it feel? You have your own office in the capital. It's very exciting, actually. I can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Sorry? London is a glorious place, full of wonders, opportunity, prospects, and mirth. But the brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So once again, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London. Of course, at that time, I had no idea what the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. It wasn't long when my turn came. Lift the facade and see the truth depths of the murk that lay behind me. And that is episode 4, the Adventures of the Clerical Kuro. So that was a fun episode. I think it'll be a good way to stop then. We'll put so 2, 2, 3, and looks like the last 2 cases have been free. So who knows what The Adventures of the Unspeakable Story. Tales. Well, we'll find out next. We won't. There's no time for us to continue. So with that being said, I shall wrap things up here. So, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a good day, I hope you have a week, or if you watch this obviously on YouTube, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back on this Monday with the adventure of, what was it called again? And after this, the adventure of the unspeakable story. So with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Bye.